Hello there. Today we're going to talk about the number one myth about down payment assistance programs in Colorado. That's right. We're going to talk about first-time homebuyer down payment assistance, and you don't even have to be a first-time homebuyer. But we're going to talk about the number one myth is that you don't need any money. Even if you call in, a lot of companies, they fool you, they advertise, they want to get the phone to ring, so they trick you into calling them up. By saying you get in for no money. They make it sound like, you can get in, just walk into a home anywhere for $0 down. That's not true. First thing they do is if you call up, they say, are you a veteran? Well, if you are a veteran, then they go, great, you get $0 down, but you still have closing costs and escrows. If you say I'm not a veteran, then they say, hey, guess what? We can still use down payment assistance programs, but you still need to pay pretty much closing costs and escrows. Okay, so then you get confused because you're going confused. Okay, or confused. I don't know how to do a confused face, but then you get confused because you're going, but I thought that I was calling on $0 down. No money. No dinero. However you want to put it, that's what you thought you were calling on. Okay, so let me solve this problem for you, okay? Because most of them, what they do is they just kind of milk through it, and then they kind of generically tell you something, but you're really not sure what they're doing. I'm going to show you how you can get in for $0 down on most of the loans that I deal with anyhow. The other thing you want to watch for is most lenders in Colorado only have one, maybe two places they can go for down payment assistance. Okay, I have over 25. And what that allows us to do is shop and get you the best deal, best rate, best program. Okay, where if I only have one, which is usually CHFA, great program, by the way, it gets used a lot, nothing wrong with it, but if you only have the only one you have, then you'll never know that maybe you can save money doing a lot of different things. So let me show you how this works. Think of a down payment assistance program. That's right, a down payment assistance program as simply an add-on to either FHA or conventional. If you're a VA, you already get $0 down, okay? But think of it as an add-on to FHA or conventional. In this scenario, I'm going to use FHA. So let's say that your sales price is, let's just say $450. Okay, so you're $450, FHA usually at 3.5 down. So the interest rate on this would be about 6.625 today. Okay, and that's using most down payment assistance programs. Okay, so down payment assistance programs, another little tip is a little bit higher, but you do get in with almost no money. Okay, so the most of them charge a point. Okay, and then they give you their credit of about 4 points. Okay, so that's right here. So then I'm going to hit calculate. So real simple with estimated taxes, insurance, everything. You'd be about $35.15 a month. But really what we're talking about is this here. All of a sudden you're like, okay, even with the down payment assistance of $18,000, which is the 3.5% we have right there, basically you still have to bring in $10,586. So then you're going to go, hey, Mr. Lender, why you told me I didn't need to bring any money? Okay, and some of them, to be honest with you, don't get it. So they kind of say, well, can you get a gift? Can you do this? Can you do that? Rob a bank, ATM, make sure they don't see you before they turn around. You know what I mean? They just get really mealy-mouthed at that point. Here's how you do it, okay? In today's market, okay, we're in a really good market here because we're kind of turning from a seller's market to a buyer's, not by a lot, but, think of it as 51-49. We're now like 49% buyer market, but the sellers are a lot more willing to give up what they call seller concessions or give you money to close. So think of it as if you said, okay, I'm going to pay $450 for this home. I don't really want to pay $450. I want to pay $440. Okay. Then basically, or say, yeah, something like that. I want to pay $440. Not $450. Well, if you go down to $440, you're going to save about $50 on your pay box. Okay. Every 1,000, about $5 on your payment, whether you go up or down. Okay, so if you were to go and do a buy down, let's say you have your closing costs, let's say you have the $10,000, then on some of the down payment assistance programs that I have, we could actually buy the rate down and maybe get into the fives even. Okay, another thing we can do is we can take that money and pay the closing costs and escrows. Okay, so basically, let's say that we get a $10,000 seller credit. Let's say $11,000 seller credit. Let's say you put down deposit was $2,000. Okay, real life scenario right here. Basically, you now almost get your earnest money back. That's how you do it. You have to be with a really good lender and a really good realtor who understands how to do that. Okay. What I do is, even if I haven't met your realtor yet, I will call them up and I'll say, let's have a strategy meeting about how we're going to best get, Linda and Bob into a home. And we'll go over seller. We'll go over a complete strategy that would probably include seller getting you info with the seller concession. Okay, so again, if we can get 11,000 from the sellers, then you can literally walk away with most of your earnest money, if not all of it. Some of your earnest money, or most of it. So that's the myth. The myth is, yes, you need money, but if you work with some really good people, you can do it so that you don't have to pay anything. Okay, I hope this helps. Please subscribe to my channel, and also just call me. Okay, and or click the link below so you can get my handbook on how to, for first-time buyers and move-up buyers, all home buyers in Colorado, on how you actually can save money getting a home. Because with me, you will save thousands, because I'm a mega broker. I can shop 160 places for you. I have literally over 25 places for down payment assistance programs and most other programs. So either please subscribe, and after that, please call me, and I promise I'll just tell you the truth. And I also understand you're probably not ready to buy yet. Okay, so most people I'm helping this month, I met 3 to 12 months ago. Okay, so you're probably not ready to buy yet, but now's when we can get you educated. So when you are, okay, that's how you'll save money. If you know what you're doing, you're going to save money. Okay, so in this scenario, we didn't go down to $440, we stayed at $450, but you were able to get $11,000 go towards your closing costs and escrow, so you can actually walk away. Again, Ben Yost, hope you have a great day, and thanks.